I mean, I can cook. It's just not my job.
But what's your go-to? Like when you do cook, what's the one thing that you do best?
Salmon. I cook a mean salmon fillet.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I cook the best salmon.
What's your trick?
You really want to know?
Yes, indeed. Culinary Claire-vs-Carlson Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I start with the salmon when it's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put it on a really hot skillet for like 3 to 4 minutes on each side.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add all the seasonings and stuff, and you put a cover on it, and you cook it on like medium heat for about 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how thick your salmon is. Mm-hmm. And then you add whatever's going to make it saucy, like white wine or more butter or something with the seasonings. And then you let that cook for 3 to 4 minutes. And then it's crispy and delicious, and it's cooked all the way through, except for maybe a little bit of pinker pink in the middle. Mm-hmm. And it's perfect. It's perfect.
Oh, that does sound good.
It is really good. I'm pretty awesome at salmon.
It's Claire's Culinary Corner on the Claire-vs-Carlson Show.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of C's in there. What are you drinking now?
The same. I'm drinking a mimosa.
Oh. Why don't you share your mimosa recipe that I saw earlier?
Oh. So you get like one of the big, I don't know how many ounces this is. It's like a regular drinking glass, you know. And you fill it up until the fizz almost overflows with champagne. And it's cheap champagne. You don't want to do this with nice champagne. Nice champagne is, for drinking solo. And then you pour, once the fizz dies down, you pour a little bit more. Really, I like to have it about 3/4 full with champagne and then just add a splash of orange juice.
Splash.
Just a splash. That's really all you need is a splash. And then you drink as fast as you can so you can refill your glass with more champagne.
I see.
Or really like cheap sparkling wine, not champagne. You don't want to use champagne in a mimosa.
No, it's like booze 7-Up when you get the really cheap champagne.
Yeah, because really the cheaper champagne is going to have a harsher flavor when you get the dry version. Mm-hmm. And it's going to blend really well with the orange juice because the orange juice is a little bit sweet, a splash, a little bit sweet, a little bit of tart, tones down that really harsh dryness of the cheap champagne, and it works magically together.
All right. Speaking of not toned down, smooth as a baby's bottom segue. Happy Thanksgiving from the Washington professional football team. And they put out a little tweet and a little infographic, you know, as a lot of teams, a lot of schools do, you know, Happy Thanksgiving, a little, you know, nice little picture. But this one is, it's a little awkward considering that, you know, the Washington, I'll use it right now, the Redskins are a Native American slur in a lot of people's minds, and they're chiming in on a holiday that was marked by cooperation between Native Americans and the settlers. And it's a little awkward, isn't it?
Well, let's just be honest. Daniel Snyder has positioned himself through proper planning, it seems, as the white man's team that uses the Native American logo or picture, whatever personification, as its claim to being tough. Mm-hmm. And they demean it. It is what it is. You call somebody a redskin, we've had this conversation. That's just rude. Okay? You're looking at someone's skin tone and giving them a name based upon a skin tone, which is anti everything that is taught in today's America.
Well, is it as racist as calling a baseball player Whitey Ford?
Well, I don't know. I mean, was that like a nickname from childhood? And that was a really long time ago.
Yeah. Sorry, I derailed a little bit. I do feel like Daniel Snyder, it seems like he doesn't get it. And all these gaffes of just like PR mess is just unintentional. But, conspiracy theory, what if all this is intentional? What if he just wants to stay in the headlines as that villain, sorta Jerry Jones-ish, but a little bit more extreme? Because you gotta admit, this is a ton of press for a 3-8 football team that is not very good, whose quarterback is probably going to be gone, and head coach might be gone too, one and done.
You think the head coach has a risk of going one and done?
I think so.
Gruden?
Yeah, because Daniel Snyder definitely has an itchy trigger finger when it comes to accent coaches.
Dude, one season, I can't imagine that they would sit down in his office and he would sell him on. No, okay, wait.
Oh, Spurrier got 2. Jim Zorn got 2.
2.
He's quick.
2. At least 2. The other thing is that I can see where your point might make some sense is if Jay Gruden is trying to convince Daniel Snyder that RG3 ain't all that for the NFL period, and Daniel Snyder feels so fatherly and so lovingly toward RG3 that he starts to hate Jay Gruden because Jay Gruden doesn't like RG3. I can see that.
Yeah, since Jay Gruden, made his bones with Andy Dalton, even though he was relatively ineffective with it. I don't even know how he got this job. If his name was Jay Bartowski or Zamolowitz, he wouldn't even be sniffing this job. But
where the hell did you get those names from?
I think Bartowski is another coordinator who's floated around the league. He might even with the Bengals. But so I'm just trying to think of a random name. But
okay,
maybe they should trade RG3 straight up for Andy Dalton. Bazow. And we'll get into all these other outlandish trade ideas because the NFL really needs to be more about fantasy football because the one area where the NFL is deficient is in the trade department. The trade deadline is boring. In the offseason, there aren't too many big splash trades that you see anymore. I'm trying to think of the last huge one. Might have been Clinton Portis for Champ Bailey, Washington, Denver, way back in the day. That's about it.
Yeah, good point.
Too often you don't
Trades
see big
don't
name for
usually
big
happen.
names. Yeah,
that's very true.
It's usually picks and picks and picks, but ain't nobody got time for that. But so that's putting a bow on the Happy Thanksgiving from the Washington professional football team. Eerily, even though as awkward as that was, we did not hear a peep from the Plymouth Pilgrims, the semi-professional football team.
That
not even a peep. How dare they?
Well, the day was full of letdowns. Let's just be honest.
Something that was not a letdown was the Westminster Kennel Show, and Fox during later on in the evening had something called Cause for Pause, which is a very contrived, but very heartfelt dog award show, and also talking about rescue dogs. Oh, come on. It made me feel so good. And you're a dog owner. It should tug on your heartstrings a little bit.
Well, when your mom decides to watch that instead of football, it kind of just ruins everything.
Well, to be honest, all the games weren't that great. I mean, TCU, Texas, and LSU, Texas A&M, and San Francisco, Seattle.
A&M game, what could have been great. It started off not horrible. The first half wasn't bad. But no, we're watching dog talk on Thanksgiving instead of A&M.
But didn't it make you feel so good? Like when they gave away the award for best military homecoming for a dog, and the dog just seemed so happy.
Put it on Fox and Friends or some crap. This is not like Thanksgiving Day, late night. No.
Well, no, that was the spot to do it because they went in the complete opposite demographic of, everyone's going to be watching football.
Well,
so it's actually very smart.
The thing is, I wouldn't mind watching it if it wasn't competing with football. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to DVR some whatever. No, that's dumb.
No, but it reminded me of how much I love and appreciate our dogs, which are both shelter dogs, and also remind me why I hate Michael Vick.
Yeah, me too. I will never get over that. I don't care. Come at me, people. Tell me how I'm stupid for holding a grudge against Michael Vick. You don't do that to dogs. Rape stands and crap. What the heck is that? Dogs will do it willingly.
I actually hate him more because he's a terrible quarterback.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, that's unforgivable. Going through a couple of random football stories that happened since we last talked, I feel like it's been forever. The Odell Beckham Jr. greatest catch ever, really? Mm-hmm. Or was it just really, really good?
It was really, really good. I don't know about the greatest catch ever. I don't keep up with these things. I'm not the girl to ask. It was a really impressive catch. Hello? So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it is just more of this hyperbole, spur of the moment thing where people are, oh, it's the greatest catch ever, and then SportsCenter does a whole top 10 of the greatest catches of all time. But I'm not pleased. I was spoiled because my entire childhood I got to watch Chris Carter make that catch like 3 times a game. Child, please.
3 times a game, really?
3 times.
That's not hyperbole or anything.
All he does is catch touchdown.
Oh. Okay.
That's all we need him to do, too. And we talked about the Seahawks a little bit and how Richard Sherman is going to be insufferable after getting 2 picks against their biggest rival. But during the week, during a press conference, which was, people are calling this genius, but I got another word for it, and we'll get to that at the end. Talking to a cardboard cutout of Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin was behind the cardboard cutout as sort of a puppeteer, what you want to call it. And Richard Sherman and cutout Doug Baldwin had a little back and forth, a satirical take on the NFL making money off of advertisers, but players could not. NFL making money off of alcohol advertisers, but the players could not. And Thursday games taking its toll on player safety and blah, blah, blah. I think it was a solid message that had a lot of very good salient points, but the way it was presented was shticky and very stupid.
Yeah, it was like a 7th grade school project come to life. That's what it was like to me.
It's like the worst of the worst in SNL sketches.
I don't mean to. It's just when Seahawks fans go overboard about how hilarious they are and how smart these players are. And, oh my gosh, I can't believe everybody doesn't just love them all. That's when I get frustrated with the fan base. It's just like they're so rah-rah about everything.
See, we're here talking about how he delivered the message, not even his points that he made. Like I said, were very good points. But if he went on, like a CNN, like an Anderson Cooper, and made these points in a very coherent manner and a very matter-of-factly, that would be perfect. The message would get across. Instead, we're not talking about how hokey the delivery was.
Exactly. So, it's whatever. The Seahawks are whatever they are. And I felt like they would be a good team coming this season. They've kind of not been as great as I thought they would be. I don't have a hatred. When you see a team that's in the spotlight and they keep doing things that get on your nerves, it makes you start to hate them. And I'm starting to hate them. I really am. And I'm sorry for that to my friends who are Seahawks fans. I'm starting to hate your team. Sorry.
But, they have the greatest quarterback in the history of the National Football League.
Yeah. Apparently they do.
It's
a big letdown.
I don't know. Another big letdown, backtracking a little bit, was when Detroit went into New England, got their doors blown off, and then at the end of the game, known dirtbag, I'll just call him that, Dominic Raiola, admitted after the game for going after rookie Zach Moore's knees because he was so angry that New England didn't run out the clock and LeGarrette Blount instead scored a second touchdown. Also, there's video evidence that Raiola took swings at Zach Moore's head, punched him in the helmet a couple of times. And, this is just another since Raiola is near the end of his career, because, the guy's got to be mid-30s at least. But this just puts a nice little bow, a little period on a career that has been – he's a good player, but he's a scumbag. Straight up.
He really is. Any NFL player who is legit angry about a team running up a score on you, well then your defense
do something
needs
about
to
it. Stop
them. Exactly. That's your job. It's your team's job. Okay, he's a center. He can't control what their defense does. But come on, man. Come on. Grow up. And he's practically my age, so he can just retire. Whenever you have Lions fans saying, get this guy out of here.
Well, no, Claire, if he's your age, if he's 25, he's got quite a number of years left in his career.
I know.
He's younger than Stafford then.
You're so sweet to me with the age thing, but I don't mind. Really. He's going to be 36 soon. And, when your fans start to hate you, it might be time just to hang it up when you're 36 years old.
Yeah, I'm surprised that there are still any Lions Dominic Raiola fans, as a couple of years back, after a loss, he came off the field and was telling Detroit fans to F off, giving them a finger on his way to the locker room. And that it's just a myriad of things that just makes him seriously unlikable. And in a spot